As you can see, it is a little bit different configuration this time. We did this once before with my homie, Athoms, whatever he wants to be called these days. So the idea is that for 2022, the frequency of videos will be slightly less, not once a week, but maybe every 2 weeks. And then what you get in return is better audio, we hope, and better video quality. That's the gist of this. We're going to start with some zines that I highlighted before, but then we're going to get into them a bit more, and some records. I was going to do 2 today, but we're not in the mood to do 2, so it's going to be this one, which is basically a bunch of random orders from labels that had some end of the year material for me, and then we'll see where we will end up. The first thing I was going to do, and I promised, was the Arcane Archives zine. I have volume 2, but we talked about volume 3. It's the zine by Shiver, of course, is the man in here. Well, I don't think this is him, or he had an operation of sorts, I'm not sure. But yeah, it is a one-man project. Here is the guy himself. There you go, Shiver, the brainchild of this zine, from the United States, and he has been Brain Smasher coming along to do some, excellent interviews with Dawn, for example. That's the one I read before. Look at the picture of Ben. I'm not sure if that shows up, but yeah, there we go. So yeah, a very good zine. It deals mostly, of course, with black metal. I don't think, yeah, there's death metal in the form of Worm, which has a huge presence in here. I think it's a studio report. I am not 100% sure because I haven't worked my way through. Yes, studio report, and there you go. But like I said, it has a bunch of interviews that are actually really good. Like I said, I've read Dawn, I've read Hulder, I've read Bal Sagot, and a bunch more. So yeah, it is still available at New Era for the European distributors, or for the European customers to look into distributing. Get it from New Era. This is number 2. This is the second press. If you are not, a stickler for pressings of zines, which I advise you not to be, we're going to give this away just because I have one and I don't want to trade it or something. I got it from New Era, so just comment. I don't know. What do we comment? Hail Arcane Archives or something in the below, and then we'll see what we can do, a random pick or whatever. Then the second zine is Black Blood zine from Norway. This is issue 1. The guy behind this one is called Jesus Christ, all these names. Yeah, I'm not going to find it. Masikator, I'm pretty sure it's that. He wrote me a very cool letter on the inside. It starts off with a, the first thing I read was a blasphemy interview, and I thought if this is the, if this is how the zine is going, it won't be good, because the guy he is interviewing, Marco Banco, one of the guys, I guess, in Blasphemy, gives him nothing. So the interview is basically him talking to nobody, but he pulls it off in the end. One of the better interviews is the Untergang interview in here, which has some very interesting questions that I didn't know, and I read a lot of interviews. It says here, you have stated that Doden I Ger alla Sar, I think, was the third and final album for the Doden trilogy. Is Aldrich I Livet, the new one, the first album in the Livet trilogy? So a Dead trilogy and a Live trilogy. And even the guy from Untergang was a bit confused. But yeah, that was a good question. And that shows you that, yeah, there's some dedication in here. Especially when you know that this is a guy who is only 18 years old, but his knowledge of stuff is, I don't know, man, kind of impressive, I guess. Is that everything I needed to talk about? I think so. There you go, Black Blood. I don't know if it's still available, but if it is, pick it up. There we go. We're going to do some records. The first order is from Iron Bonnet, because they had the new Black Celice. Imagine that. Tomb Emanations, the new EP by Black Celice. For once, he didn't put himself on the cover, or I can't see him. I think he dissolved into his own ethereal musical writing. Yeah, like I said, this is a brand new EP, 2-track, like usual with the guy behind Black Cities, returning from Dimensions Below and Vigil of Ruins. I have to be completely honest, this came in today, so I have checked it digitally, but I haven't delved in. Considering it's only 2 tracks, it's a bit of a shame, but yeah. Recorded at the Black Chamber under the 6th moon this year. So there you go. And of course, there's our guy. Now looking back at this and making a conclusion, I think the entire black and white, grim aesthetic with chains and everything, it didn't start here, but for the raw black metal, I think this was a huge inspiration artwork-wise. You know, there's the demos of the Legion Noir stuff and stuff like that, but I think a lot of people looked to this for inspiration. The white version, I'm not sure what it breaks down to, maybe 200 white, 300 black, something like that. Doesn't really matter, I think. But yeah, that's the first one. Cheers. Cheers to you. He promised he wasn't going to say anything, so let's lock him out of his tent. The second record is Reveal with Doppelherz. This came out of nowhere for me because I knew the band from the previous record, but I think it was Scissor Fight or something, the title, but it had an equally ugly cover. This one is maybe even worse than the previous one. It is, I hope I'm not, you know, kicking the artist behind this one, but he has to know that this is, you know, I don't know, weird, not, I don't know, I'm not going to talk about it. It's a weird cover for the album that these guys made. I talked about this on Instagram because I'm doing the December vinyl challenge, I think it's called, and this is the record that tore my face off. You have to choose one, so I chose this one just because it came in that day. Comes with a poster. I described it as a mix between Brain Bombs and In Solitude, which is kind of accurate, I think. They are from Uppsala. I don't see any familiar faces in here. They look a bit young to be in Solitude. I'm pretty sure there's none of them in Solitude, but yeah. It has weird titles like Cocoon, Bitch, Regalia, Inshallah, Cockfights, Angels Band, Clearly Goddamn, but you know, at first sight, I wouldn't be in love, or yeah, this wouldn't be a record I would pick up. But when I listen to it, it's very, very good. And I think the previous one will be coming real soon to the collection too. So yeah, Reveal. This is on Sepulchral Voice, which, believe me, this is not the last record that will show up in the collection. I think there's even there's a record of them in this video. So yeah. On black, I don't think there's any color vinyl for Sepulchral Voice. They came on my radar with the Black Curse record I think they did last year, which is, I think it was the record of the year or maybe second, I'm not sure. But yeah, an absolute beast. Members of Spectral Voice and Primitive Man and you name it. But yeah, check this out. If you're into In Solitude, Brain Bombs, and a bunch of other stuff, it has some death rock influences in here, so get on it. So yeah, that was Iron Bonnet, always quality. The second one is from the DOD, Dominance of Darkness records. They had a drop that was fragmented, so they had this one that went up first. Is it the demo from Mortgeist? It's definitely the self-titled. So this went up first, and then it came together with the tape of the new one, which will show up in a tape delay, which will come later, I promise. But yeah, I ordered the tape because I thought the vinyl was pushed back until mid-2022, but lo and behold, they dropped the latest full length. So yeah, this is Dominance of Darkness records. This is the re-release of the, I think it came out on Poison Sorcery last year, but I fished behind the net, as they say in Belgium. This is the Mousse und Feu release. I think the first 100 came with this glow-in-the-dark sticker, which is a cool thing, but a weird thing. to be excited about, but you know what this channel is all about. This is the self-titled, I would call it a demo, but I'm not really sure. It has 4 tracks on here. It is silver foil all over the cover. The back is just printed, so there's nothing special there, but it's a good looking record. Yeah, it's one of the Witch guys. He's from Germany, but although he is on Dominance of Darkness, it's not really the Narbentage scene, so it's maybe an island to itself. It's closely connected to all the Friedhof and the Groll stuff, but yeah, it's something different because it has the synth work, it has the black metal synth witch stuff, but it also has black metal, which the other part doesn't have, or the other Saarland stuff doesn't have. So quite a unique sound, if you will. That's maybe pushing it a little bit, but he is doing something different. It goes into territory that is just pure black metal with synth work, but it is something different altogether. Just black vinyl, there was no color versions or anything, not like the Friedhof stuff. Yeah, sound-wise, it is raw enough to, you know, to cater to the people who are just into raw black metal, but it is definitely listenable. Very cool imagery by this guy. Definitely if you're into male witches. Which we are, of course. So yeah. Some good stuff right there. And the it seems that the Moos und Efeu, I have literally no idea what it means, but it seems it's a label onto itself because all the releases that Mortice is doing have that kind of label. And not only Mortice, it seems Rolfried too, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, we bought another flag. I need to really stop buying flags. But yeah, there you go. This one was too cool to pass up. I'm a sucker for fluo, so yeah, there you go. Last thing that I didn't need, but I threw in anyway, is the Rolfried pin, and I have to. Do you see it? Yeah, there we go. Nice. It was too good to pass up, so yeah, there we go. We support the artist, we support the label in that way. The second thing is the Mordgeist with, here we go, Hellcarax, I think. And this is the second full length. There was the demo, if you will, then there was a split. I think there was a full length, a brown one that came out on DOD, and then now this is the spanking new full length. Let's see, it's a double record, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tracks. An intro and an outro, so basically 8 tracks. All spells casted during 2021. Artwork by OM and Morgeist. And yeah, once again on the duo label, the Moos and Efeu and Dominance of Darkness. Really cool artwork. The border, every border, all the artwork is created by him. I kind of wish the picture was a little bit more, I don't know, roughed up maybe, but yeah. It doesn't fit the aesthetic of the drawn out borders, but it's still cool looking. Gatefolds, there you go. And once again, continuation of the sound. There's nothing huge, there's no huge difference between the demo and all the other stuff. So, or not that I'm hearing at the moment, because yeah, let's face it, how many times do you have to listen to all of these records? I know I'm killing myself here, but it's the truth. But yeah, great looking and sounding records from Morgeist again. Is that Dominance? Yes, that is Dominance. We are, I mean, everybody knows that this is getting cut and reworked and stuff like that. This is edited. It's new for me, it's new for you. With all of this going on, I forgot to put on some music, which is, you know, pretty solid for this channel. We are listening to Kasteider with Reinigend Vuur, the second promo, or promo 2. He had a record out this year on New Era Productions, and he was kind enough to send me the second promo for this one. Deze haatdrager is toegewijd aan Tom. There you go. Some people know me as Tom. imagine that. To round up the Dominance of Darkness, there were some flyers in here. The one is for Rabesang, true 90s black metal of medieval graveyard frost and Blutrausch, a reissue of the 95-97 album on Gatefold, which is coming out, which sounds promising, or the most promising of all those things. And then the other flyer was from Amor Fati, which the Nocturnity reissues, but I haven't seen that logo. I don't know if it shows up pretty good or good on there, but yeah, cool. I think it's a new logo, I'm not sure, but good logo. There we go. Into some death metal. I did an order at Profound Lore, I think about half a year ago, and all of a sudden it came in. There's two records in here. The first is Antichrist Siege Machine with Purifying Blades. I'm pretty sure this is a record that Athoms is going to be into, because we're going to play this one next. Look at the cover. It is, I think Warhead Art made the design for this on a previous EP, and then, I don't know, some armor guy or some weapons guy made this thing. It's not on here, just layout and photography, but maybe it's somewhere here. So yeah, this is their new full length, not an EP, but a full length. Don't let the name fool you. This is not some NSBM stuff. This is, yeah, pure. It is not death metal. It is not grind. It is not gore. It is everything. It's not gore. Grind and death all mixed in together. There is some black metal in here. Just, you know, everything put together to create this blasting, all-consuming sound that is the Antichrist Siege Machine, which is basically a terrible name, but it kind of fits the aesthetic of the band and the entire package. It came out on Profound Lore, as I said, which has been grabbing up a bunch of bands and creating a roster, or quite a roster for themselves. Here are the two guys in the band. It looks like a war metal promo picture, you know, two guys with AKs and shotguns in front of a column, but yeah, it still works, the aesthetic. The poster has the lyrics on the back with another full picture of them. Yeah, a Raging Records from Profound Lore. There were a few colorways. I went for the, what is this, red and blue and black, something like that. There we go. It turns out a bit blood red, purpley, but yeah. There we go. The aesthetic for this would be perfect, just black, but you know, why not go for the weird color on this one? But yeah, good records. I'm not sure if it will show up again in the end of the year list, because let's face it, it's a crazy year for music, as you will see by what's coming up next, but very good nonetheless. Then the record that I did the order for is the new Multipherum with Preserved in Torment, their second full length. I'm spitting. The image is so clear I could see spit flying. Thank you. This is their second full length. They had, let's see, I think maybe an EP and a split with Hyperdontia or something like it. I'm not sure. I forget, too many splits, but this is their second full length. The sound, believe it or not, is exactly what is on the cover. It is a swampy, dirgy, yeah, just dragging death metal. Comparable to Cerebral Rot, but I think Cerebral Rot has more of a punk-ish vibe, if you will. This is just drudging on. Yeah, it is metallic or dark, blackened death metal, if you will, but just slow, sludgy, swampy. Comes with a booklet, always nice releases that Profound Lore is shitting out. There you go, band picture, not too revealing band picture, and then a lot of lyrics and info, you know the deal. But yeah, quality-wise, very good. We had to wait a bit for these, but what else is new in 2021? This sold out in a heartbeat. I mean, the color pressings were gone in one day. I don't have the previous full length, but it needs a repress ASAP, so yeah, I guess that's coming. Maybe next year, although the presses are pretty full. I heard if you order a record now, it's 2023 maybe for something to come out, which is, yeah, I mean, whatever. Multipherum, great records. And then let's see, we'll save the best for last. Let's cut it here. We are now listening to Putrid March, Warped Skull, the Go to Warwick's promotional copy. I got this in a, I just bought some grails that will come up in the next video. This was not a grail, this was just the icing on the cake. I'm looking for some more of his stuff, Reclusive Goblin, but alas, somebody heeded the call and is sending me a tape in due time. I will give him props. Me and Athoms were debating on how to pronounce this band. If you are in America, it's probably Mortiferum. If you're in Europe or the cultural center of the world, it's Multipherum. Is it not?
Multipherum.
There you go. The last section is a Van Records order, which I was waiting for without even knowing it. And then one of the grails that came in that I bought for myself for my birthday. Let's start off with the Van package. The first thing is, I couldn't leave this one behind, is the Zwartvokter t-shirts. Folkloric Necro Metal, which is maybe it is still the best, way to describe a piece of music. The Zwartvokter full album. So yeah, the shirts. Why not? The first thing I bought is once again a Sepulchral Voice record, and this is Concrete Winds with Nerve Butcher. Nerve Butcherer. There you go. It's not the butcher, but the butcherer. I have my cell phone because these guys are from Ayland Islands. Now, shoot me in the groin. I have no idea where Ayland Islands are, but there you go. Concrete Winds, they did a record, I think, last year, but I'm not 100% sure. The red one, which I am going to find right now, it is called Primitive Force. There you go. This was their previous one, which was incredible in itself, but this one is a whole different beast. If that was leaning very hard on death and all those kind of sounds, this has reached back into the beginnings of death metal, the beginnings of black metal, thrash. It just combines all the elements of what metal is into one record, and then it just breaks it down into a cutter, and then it comes out as Concrete Winds. The title or the name of this band combined with how this record is called is kind of what this sounds like. Imagine being in a concrete wind. This is it. This is a duo, as I said, from the, what is it? Ayland Islands. I'm not sure where that is, once again, but yeah. It is a monster of a record. Like I said with the reveal, if I would have placed this as a record that tore my face off, because this is the sound that tears someone's face off. It is definitely a full length because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 10 tracks on here. It is all not readable, so yeah, good luck with that. The cover, once again, they stepped it up in every section because this is, pretty standard red cover, readable logo, readable font, and then this is just butchered the hell out of it. Even they were so kind as to put in a lyric sheet, but good luck with that. It's more of an art piece than a actual lyric sheet, but yeah. Sepulchral Voice dropping some serious heat this year with this one, with the reveal, and then there is one more that I'm blanking on right now. Yeah, just black wax, but it has that stamped feeling, which I really like. So yeah, there you go. Nerve Butcherer. That's one too many, if you ask me, but Nerve Butcher would have been perfect. Then the second one from the Van pack, and this is the record I was hunting after. They announced this one. It would go up at that time, blah, blah, blah. And then I picked it up, but the following record is the lucky find. This is Boredom Rife with Winds of Wrath. Their fourth full length, I'm pretty sure, because I talked about the trilogy they did in the first trilogy video I had. This is their their fourth full length, sorry. Package-wise, it is incredible. Let's talk sound first. This is maybe one of the bands right now, together with Mare, which is experimental, quote unquote. This is maybe one of the bands that is the true, or are the true purveyors of the Norwegian sounds that, I don't know, the amalgamation of all the Norwegian bands came down to this. It is a bit biased because they're on Territorial Possessions, of course, so you'll always think of something like that, but yeah. A lot of Nedrosian black metal going on here. Artwork wise, it's incredible. It has a slipcase, it has die cut, it has spot gloss on here. So package wise, I'm leaning into records of the year. This is the slip cover, and they're all like this. So it's, I mean, yeah, I don't even know what something like this would cost, but yeah, there you go. You can see it running all the way through. There you go. The inside even has some nice spotted details, but yeah, it is incredible. This is too much for me to get into right away. It's, the sound is there, you know the sound. There's nothing too much that has changed, but it keeps on coming. It has art cards. There you go. They have some crazy pictures of themselves in, you know, sepulchrals, at graves, all the good stuff you want. So yeah, there is one piece of artwork. I'll show the poster first, but there's one piece of artwork that is truly amazing. Poster, tribute to Euronymous. If you ask me, there is no doubt in that one. He even has the black and red robe there. So they're paying dues, they know where they're coming from. But this one, and I think this is Mara Artworks, the 8-headed crow, which is, I'm not one for getting another tattoo, but this is some cool shit. Not that I want an 8-headed crow on my body, but there you go. You have a crow, right?
Yet.
Yet. Who knows? If I stop buying records, I'll start collecting tattoos. Yeah, you get the picture. It's a lot of fire. It's a lot of grim-looking dudes. But yeah, like I said, it is not a huge difference in their sound, but it's just the continuation or the next chapter in Boredom Rife, which I still don't know what that means. Boredom Rife, but yeah, there you go. Nedrosian black metal. There you go. We're not going to cut. We'll just go full steam ahead with what is probably in my top 5 for this year, and this is Stormkeep with Tales of Other Time, the 180 grams black vinyl on Van Records, the mighty Van Records, because let's face it, the quality they bring, artwork wise, package wise, definitely package wise, band wise, it never stops. It's unrelenting. I tortured Sven a bit with, I originally bought the blue version of this one, but then I saw the slipcase stuff, so I reordered the black one, then reordered for the Swordfuck. So Sven, thank you very much, like always. This is limited to 507, it seems, which is a weird number, but we know how those pressing plants work. This is number 289. If you don't know by now, Stormkeep is, there you go with the slipcase. Stormkeep is the brainchild of the guitarist, the second or the one of the lead or rhythm guitarists for Blood Incantation. This is his Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings, whatever you want to call it, black metal tribute to every record that ever had a snow-themed, you know, immortal. There's even some people who hear, and I hear it here and there, the section in here. So yeah, it has nods to all of these. It is steeped in dragon lore, steeped with wizards. Musically, yeah, the production on this record, I think Corona made it so that a lot of people who are normally on tour and have not had the time to put their time into production or their musicality, I think now this year we're getting records that are fully produced, that are fully played to the max, and this is one of them. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about this one, and I'll probably talk some more in our end of the year videos. But you know, this year in itself, the first track is maybe my track of the year, we'll see. But I can't say enough good things about it. The thing that surprised me the most is that I don't hear people complaining about this one, because this is one of those records that would be, you know, trashed by the true heads, if you will, but I don't know. I think it's too good to pass up. The download codes by Van, look at these things. It's just a sheet. It comes with a Lord of the Rings-esque plan. There you go. If you want to go to, let's see, from Elda to the Macrian Sea or the Nadra Desert, I don't know, heavily steeped in that kind of lore. And then it has a nice booklet that is a bit mystifying to me, because there's some legend in here, there's some lyrics in here, but yeah, if I show you the picture of the guy himself, there you go, you know what's up. Full battle regalia, Stormkeep. This will probably again show up, and I'll try to talk a bit more eloquent about this one, because it deserves it. It is top notch. If you can find it, get it. It's already in repress. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to drink for the last one. Cheers. Okay, last part. Let's turn this down a bit. The problem with listening to promos is that they cut out in the middle of my speeches. We are now listening to Zwarte Dood and, I'm not sure, Ishkariot, two Belgian bands. Zwarte Dood has been on this channel before. The Ish one, not really. But Haunted by Ill Angels is a Belgian label now. This is sold out, but they have some other stuff, like for Lugubrum fans. Check it out. I'll try to do the, maybe I'll just make a, you know, cracker ass tape delay just to get things rolling. I know Athoms will hate it, but there we go. This is the last record, and like I said, one of my newer grails, because after the Worm interview or the Worm talk I did with Phantom Slaughter, this was the record that came out of that talk and that spoke to me the most. And this is one that I had to work a bit for to get this one, because this is basically unfindable, but there is no records I can't find. This is Swallowed with Lunarterial, there you go, on Misaka un Oyo. I'm not sure when it's, or I think 2014, pretty sure. We talked about Triangle Face, there you go, Triangle Face. So I was right about the cover, but I listened to the record when it came out, but then never paid too much attention to it, just because if you hear it at first and your ear is not trained for death metal, my ear was definitely not trained for death metal in the period that is 2014. It is kind of chaotic, and if you're just skipping through Bandcamp, it won't grab you instantly. Now, with the recommendation by Phantom Slaughter, I started listening to it. I started listening to it at night when I went to sleep and stuff like that. So yeah, it grabbed me all of a sudden. And then, you know, it's a pretty expensive record, but once again, it's my birthday present to myself. So once a year, I splurge, or let's face it, a few times a year I splurge. They're from Finland, so you could say they are the bastard sons of Demolich and other top-notch purveyors of black metal. This is I think they are they were a 4-piece. They are now, if you believe Discogs, a 3-piece. And one of the guys, I think the main guy, his tentacles reach throughout the entire death metal scene. Not just playing in bands, he has a label, I think it's called Black Flam, but I'm not sure. He made logos for he designed the Vrasu Batlat logo, he designed the Triumpher Foul logo, which just announced a new record, which will be mind-blowing, I am pretty sure. But this is, yeah, it is a monster, and I am thankful to Phantom Slaughter and thankful to the guy who sold this to me for basically dirt cheap if you see what these records are going for right now. It is a black record, and I almost forgot to show the etching. It's a 3-sided, and then the D side is completely etched with some, yeah, cube serpents running across. This is, it's not all Timo artwork, Timo Ketola, but there is a lot of Timo Ketola artwork on here. I think about 3 or 4 people, including the guy that is, I think it's the singer or the vocalist, I'm not sure, worked on these pieces for this record. So it is it is something to behold. And there you go. It comes with this booklet, and like I said, this is one of the records that a repress is much overdue. Lyrics all scribbled. I think this is Timo, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like his work, so yeah. And then one more. There you go. So once again, Phantom Slaughter, thanks for bringing this to my attention. For the rest of it, let's see what we're going to do in the end of the year now. It's going to be a little bit harder for me to be on the ball with these videos just because I am now in the capable hands of Mr. Athoms. The next thing is kind of the continuation of the Grails. There's a big box set coming in, or that has come in within that Grail chapter. There is a New Era order, so it's all in that realm. The records here behind me we'll talk about a bit more. That is what we're going to do, and then I think it's time for the 1, 2, 3. So the EPs of the year, full lengths of the year, and then the most anticipated. I think the EPs and the full lengths, I'm going to try to keep it top 10 maybe, or top 15 maximum, including runner-ups, because you know, you can keep going with those. I look back at a video, I think the 2008 top, and it had like 60 records in there, so it's insane. I talk about records the entire year, so why not really focus on the 10 I liked most, and that are in collection, of course. That's it. I'm going to put on my Sort Vokter shirt and then drink some more beers with my homie. And that's it. We'll see you ASAP. Peace.